What is going on, everybody? This is Justin Martinez, aka Jay the Sports Dude, coming to y'all live from my apartment. Hopefully, you all are staying at your homes as well, practicing social distancing and staying safe during this pandemic. And I'm here to provide y'all with a little bit of extra entertainment. That's right, folks. It is time for episode number 14 of Straight Shooter, the offseason web series that's all over the place as we talk about a little bit of everything for players from New Mexico State. And joining me today is a new name on campus. He goes by K-Dot, and he'll make you say damn when you see him on the court. Kalen Williams, welcome to the show, my man. How are you doing?
Good. I'm good. How about you?
I'm doing great, man. How are you enjoying Cruces so far?
I mean, it's good. Just been working very hard since the day I got here.
Yeah, for sure. What about practice so far? How's it been looking?
Practice been going pretty good. It's very intense, scrappy, hard, physical in there. So it's definitely getting you better every day.
Yeah, without a doubt. We're going to go ahead and jump right into it with segment number 1. This is called the Film Room. This is where I take a couple of your best plays from last season at Western Nebraska, and it's going to help break them down for the people. How does that sound?
Oh, that sounds good.
All right, definitely. Now, one of the things that really jumps out to me when I look at your film is your craftiness around the rim. You actually shot 66.5% from inside the arc last season, which is really good, especially as a guard. And a lot of that comes from using your speed on the perimeter to get past your guy and then using a little bit of finesse around the rim. And we're going to go ahead and see that here in a game against Rexburg United. Let's go ahead and check it out.
83-63. Kalen Williams. He'll go to the rack. He draws the foul. It'll count.
And one guy, Dan Heinz, I believe it is, on skates here with that quick crossover again, that speed. But then what I really like is just getting him off balance, off his feet around the rim. With you not being the tallest guy on the court, I really like just the creativity you have around the rim. Sometimes we see you putting your back to your defender for the layup, maybe a little bit of this or a little pump fake. Just go ahead and walk me through this play as you get that ball on the perimeter and decide what you want to do.
Oh, yeah. I appreciate that. All right. Most times when I'm seeing somebody guarding me, I can just tell a lot by when they guarding me, just the way they slide. And I just try to look for different ways I can get past a person with using my speed and being able to handle the ball good. Like, sometimes I'm able to break down more defenders or just using my speed to get past them.
Yeah, without a doubt. I think it's interesting because we actually just saw him off camera before we started recording, but I was talking to Donnie last week, and I think he really likes to do the size of his defender, is get into that three-point stance, use his jab step. I found you kind of like to just get to dribbling right away and then start to see how your defender reacts to that. Is that kind of just when you're in your comfort zone, when you're on the perimeter, putting the ball on the deck?
Yeah, when I'm real comfortable, like, I can – it's just like, you know, like, when anybody's comfortable, you feel me, like, they're more comfortable to play their game and do what they know that they're able to do. But it's just something different when you have that comfort zone in your game.
Yeah, without a doubt. Another thing that really stands out to me is that it's not just finishing down low. You also have a good three-point shot. You shot, I believe it was 39.8% from distance last season at Western Nebraska. If you're playing for New Mexico State, that's pretty much a requirement, especially for the guards. We got to see triples here in a game against, I believe this is Northeastern Junior College. Let's go ahead and check it out.
Kalen Williams strolls across the timeline. Gives it to Allen. Allen at 39 down at Sterling. He has 11 so far. Here's Kalen Williams.
There it is. There it is. Now, similar thing there where you got the ball on the deck, although this time a nice little step back. Again, that speed really separating yourself from your defender. Just go ahead and walk me through this play and what made you go with the three-pointer as opposed to maybe a layup like the last play?
Well, because when we played them the first time, they were like pretty big in size, so I know I had to adjust the next time that game when we played them and just go at them different ways so that like it could just help my team out.
Yeah.
Because like certain times I could go down, act like I'm getting a layup and create for my teammate, or if I could just get an open shot that can open up for the rest of my teammates.
Yeah, without a doubt. Obviously, that 39.8%, really good from distance, although you think at that Division I level, maybe adding a bit of a quicker release would really help with closing out better, having better wingspans. No disrespect to the guy guarding you here, but they are going to be a little bit more athletic than this guy. Is that kind of on your list of priorities? Is getting more fluid, kind of quicker release this summer?
Oh yeah, most definitely. I've been working with some of the assistant coaches on the side, like outside of practice, and they've been working with me on getting my shot faster, like just making sure it's efficient so I can be more efficient with the shots that I can take. Just make sure I make the shots that I take and stuff like that. So they've been working with me, trying to get me to master certain things that they feel like can help me a lot in my game.
Yeah, definitely. Another thing I really like about your game is your ability to control the fast break. You're really always looking to get out there on the run. We got to see that here in a game against, I believe this is Loramie Community College, I think it is. I know you played Loramie and Lamar, so I get them confused. But just going, I think it's
Oh, Laramie County.
Laramie. Yes, there you go. So here's this play right here as you get out on the fast break.
Cutting to the bucket. Graves off the catch. Can't finish. Up for the rebound, Williams. Here come the Cougars. Williams behind his back dribble. Near midcourt. Into the paint. Lobs it. There's a jam off the alley-oop to Garrett Rosser.
There it is. We're going to get into this in the next clip, but one thing I also like is your ability to crash the glass. You get the board right here, very high rebound, and then it's out and running, a couple moves at half court, and then finding your teammate for the lob. Just go and walk me through this play as you get that board and start to look down the court.
I mean, there my coach always just tell me this, like push and make plays for others because he knew like I could create my own shot. So one thing I always try to do is create for others more because like just being able to create my own shot helps a lot with just me getting different things going on in the game. So like I will always try to get my teammates going so that the whole team can get going because like as point guards, you're bringing that energy. Like if you don't have energy, then the team's not gonna have energy most likely. So point guards do have an important role in the game to me.
Yeah, without a doubt. You actually had an assist to turnover ratio of 1.8 last season, which especially as a freshman is really something good. And I think it's just really impressive your decision making at such a young age as well. Just how much do you enjoy being that guy who is facilitating?
Could you say that one more time?
Just how much you enjoy being that guy who is the one facilitating.
Oh, it really it just brings me more energy to play defense and all. Like seeing my teammates score, setting them up and stuff like that. It gets me going. Like because seeing them like up and having energy, that's what's gonna have us winning. Like when everybody's having energy, everybody's talking. But sometimes it does take a point guard to get the energy to kick off in the game. So like I just try to most definitely make sure that they're going so that I can have energy also as well too.
Yeah, definitely. And I just talked about it a little bit here, but this next clip, your ability to crash the glass, how aggressive you are when it comes to that also really stands out to me. You averaged 3.3 rebounds per game last season. And you look at other guards in New Mexico State, like Jabari Rice, for example, CJ Roberts, also guys who do that really well. We got to see that board actually in this same game here. Let's go ahead and check it out. I think you might know this play here.
They enter the pass down low. Felton, Eli Cadet, long range two, offensive rebound, and the guard with a one-hand slam.
There it is.
Commentators are fun.
Now your defender is really breaking a couple of rules here. He's not going in for the rebound, but at the same time, he's not boxing you out and containing you. So pretty much that's just an invitation to go out the rim, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and just walk me through this timing here. Is this something that you've done before, like in high school? Is this the first like really emphatic putback dunk you can remember? Because this is pretty crazy.
To be honest, that actually was my first time getting the put back in the game. That was my first one because I always get like little teasers in high school and stuff, but I never could just finish it. So I really shocked myself when I made it, and I shocked my teammates because, like, I mean, I don't know, I just really ain't expect to do that, but I really surprised myself.
Yeah, definitely. Just walk me through once you're actually taking off. Once you took off, did you know the timing was right? Were you expecting the ball to go in that direction? Just can you walk me through that?
I ain't gonna lie, when I took my 2 steps and I jumped, I just felt the ball like in my hand, and it just felt so fake when I dunked it. Like it just didn't feel real. So like, um, it was my first one, so it just felt it was a real great feeling. I can't
Yeah,
lie. Yeah.
definitely. Now, after looking at all the film, it's pretty clear you have Division One talent. Although I know that you did take a hit to your recruiting in your senior year of high school when you had pretty much it was a case of wrong place at the wrong time, where you had been
Yeah.
charged with possession of Schedule II drugs in a situation where you're in a car with 6 guys. The police pull you over, they find the drugs. Nobody wanted to stick up, say whose they were. You were charged, but it was ultimately dropped later. Although I'm sure still that made the recruiting hard. Just how much is that really motivates you to work even harder? Because I can really see that intensity in your game. And I know this isn't the way you expected your career to start off. Just how happy are you with where you are right now at New Mexico State?
Uh, well, if you take me back to that situation and just where my head was, I would never see myself in this situation right now. I really thought, I thought everything was over because right when I got back to working hard, season came and then I injured my knee. That was my first injury, so I had to sit out. So I just, even then, I just felt like nothing could go good for me. I was like, maybe basketball isn't for me because I didn't know how I was going to be back from the injury. So then recruiting was kind of hard. Like, I didn't have any offers. Then, like, the last month of school, I started getting a couple junior college offers. So I kept grinding. Even when I got to junior college, my coach humbled me. Like, like the first semester, I really didn't even get to play that much because he was humbling me a lot, and I appreciate that now because I see how what he was doing. And then second semester, he was just showing me that like, as long as you give the coach respect, like it goes a long way, stuff like that. So like the second semester really turned out to be real good because I started to build trust with him, and I started listening, guiding along with him.
Yeah, definitely. Now, I know you said that there was a point right there where you were questioning if basketball was for you. Had you known that just 2 years later you're going to be at New Mexico State, Division One program, winning the WAC title multiple years, seems like a pretty good outcome, even though it's not the most normal path that you would have projected.
Hmm. Oh yeah, like what really kept me motivated was my dad just telling me like everything happens for a reason. You got to stay positive, bring the best out of every situation. So like I would just really take that in consideration. He'll wake me up in the morning, go put up shot. He just always wanted me to stay focused because he knew like he always say like you're my son, like you have a talent from God, but he was like I'm just not saying this because you're my son. So like I'm really just doing this for my family and myself because like I'm just trying to make it out.
Yeah, definitely. Now, with that, we are moving on to our next segment. Now, this is where I like to find a throwback image or video of the person that I'm talking to. And you don't have a whole lot on social media, but I did find something pretty cool here that I just want to get your reaction to. Are you ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
I promise nothing bad, but let's go ahead and take a look at it. This is back in your time at Lakeside High School, where we got to see you show off a little bit of bunnies as well in this one. Let's check it out here. There we go.
Oh yeah.
Throwing it down. Now we saw that dunk at Western Nebraska, but just how long have you been able to get up there? Because this is your senior year, correct? When did you start dunking?
Actually, that was AAU. That was my junior year.
Okay.
Yeah, but I started dunking. I really started dunking consistently the end of my freshman year, going into my sophomore year, and
Mhm.
then, like I just been like, I don't know, like as the years progressed, I just been able to jump higher and higher, finding out different workouts, different routines, to like just help you and advance you in those areas. So like, yeah, I started dunking the end of my freshman year, and ever since then, it's just been increasing.
Yeah, without a doubt. Now we're moving on to our next segment. This is called Hometown Heat. And that's where I found a couple of restaurants from your hometown, and you're just going to tell me if they're legit or not. How does that sound?
Okay, that sounds good.
All right, definitely. Now you are from Burke County in Georgia, correct? Can you go ahead and tell me just how to pronounce your hometown? I don't want to say it wrong again, but it is
Waynesboro, Georgia.
Waynesboro, Georgia. Okay. I had to
Yeah.
extend the range just a little bit because I know it's not the biggest town, but I've got a couple places here that I just want to show you. Does that sound good?
Yeah, that sounds good.
All right. Now, this is a place, I believe this one is in Evans, where you played high school. And this is a place called Goolsby's, where you can see some barbecue here. There you go. Kalen, is this that hometown heat?
To be honest, I never ate there.
Really? Does it look like some like? Tell me, just walk me through the Southern food because I know there's an art to it. Me being from Texas as well. What's the key to good Southern food?
um, we have some in my hometown called Taylor Brothers.
Hmm.
It's like they got real nice soul food, real good breakfast. It's just a I don't know. I can't even explain. It's just so different. Like it just tastes so different. Seasoning and stuff. Like it's just real good. Or like we go to Logan's for ribs. Me and my family. That was probably my favorite places to go back where I'm from. I mean, cause it's really not a lot of places. Like it's not real big. Like
Hmm.
I'm not used to coming from like some like a big city. Like it's not big at all.
Yeah, definitely. This is another place that is really a staple of just Georgia in general. This is Waffle House. Kalen, is Waffle House just for Georgians in general that hometown heat?
Oh yeah, that's where you will most likely find your friends late at night. Like because it's so convenient, it's real good. Everybody loves Waffle House where I'm from. Like that's where everybody meet up at after the games and stuff. Like, or if you just riding around, maybe 1 in the morning, you go to Waffle House, you might just see your friends not even expecting you, like, because everybody just love to go there.
Yeah, definitely. Well, now we're moving on to our last segment. This is the fan Q&A segment, and I reached out to Aggie Nation. They got a couple questions that they want you to answer. If that sounds good with you.
Oh yeah, that sounds fun.
All right, let me go ahead and go ahead. Go to split screen here again, as good as that food looks. And then let me go ahead and pull these questions up here on my phone. So our first one is coming from Tobias Rodriguez via Twitter. He wants to know, from what I've seen, you have great speed and quickness. How does your speed compare to the other guys on the roster?
He mean on my rosters, like,
Yeah, like guys like Evan Gilliard, CJ Roberts, some really quick guys on the squad. How do you feel you stack up against them in terms of speed?
I mean, like, we all have. I mean, I just say we all have speed. Like, we we come to practice, you gotta come be gritty. So, like, I mean, I don't really know how to answer that question.
Yeah, definitely. Any races going on? Maybe a race with Evan or something like that.
I mean, we in the sprints, I'm usually first. If
Okay.
not, I'm always top three.
Okay.
Like when we sprinting. So like I feel like I'm the fastest, but quickness wise, I don't know. But I feel like I'm the fastest on the team.
Yeah. There you go. Let me see. Oh, and then this is also a continuation of it. He wants to know: do you feel like New Mexico State will have one of the quickest and fastest backcourts in the country this year?
I say yes. We're going all the way this year.
There you go. There you go. Moving on to our next question. This is from Bawake Pase via Aguilar. He wants to know, how is Jans different from other coaches that you have had?
uh, he's a more how can I say? He's a more verbal coach than the past coaches I had. Like more like you know screaming. I'm not really used to that yet, but I'm still getting used to it. I mean, I'm just not used to it because like I never had a coach like that. But he has a reason though. That's that explains why he's holding a good record, why he's winning. So I'm just trying to adjust to that so I can be very coachable, so we can keep on winning.
Yeah, without a doubt. What about during the recruitment process? What about him really made you feel like it resonated or a connection there?
Oh, I just felt comfortable like with all the coaches, assistant coaches call me like very often. Like just made good relationships with the coaches. So like it and like during the recruiting process, those was one of the schools that I felt most comfortable with because they called me the most, always checking on me. So like at that time, I just felt like it was the best decision.
Yeah, definitely. Now moving on to our next question here. This one is from Cody Howard via Twitter. He wants to know favorite NBA player and why.
I gotta say, Damian Lillard.
There you
I
go.
mean, I
For sure.
mean, he's a dog, like, and if you just really watch him, he just masters so many like points in the game. Where it's just like it's hard to just stop him. And he's not the biggest out there. He's not the strongest, the fastest, jump the highest, but he plays so hard and he got the game down pat. That's why I just love him. And like, I really see myself playing like Damian Lillard. So I really try to watch a lot of him, watch a lot of his workouts and stuff, you know, just because you can always learn something from somebody. Like, that's what also I've been trying to do, just keep learning.
Yeah, without a doubt. I know for sure when I was watching over your film, I saw a little bit of guys like maybe Colin Sexton as well. Just who are some players that you kind of modeled your game after?
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie. High school, I was a big Colin Sexton fan. Like, all my friends knew. Then I had this,
Oh,
and
yeah.
I'm wearing the back. So everybody, like, I used to go to AAU tournaments. Everybody be like, it's Colin's little brother. So, like, I would get a little attention just because people said I looked like Colin Sexton. But, I mean, like, just growing up, I really looked up to Colin Sexton. Kobe Bryant's my favorite player ever, though.
Mm-hmm.
Just my favorite ever because he was just a killer. Like, I really love Kobe. And one more person I did look up to in high school is what's his name? I can't think of his name. De'Aaron Fox.
Oh,
Because
there you go.
he's real quick,
Yes,
real
sir.
fast. I see like how he stay. Like when he was playing at Kentucky, he used to stay under control with his speed. And it's dangerous to have speed and, be able to control it and stuff.
Yeah, definitely. Now moving on to our last question. This is some random guy on Twitter named Donnie Tillman. I don't know.
Donnie Tillman.
He wants to know who's the biggest guard of them all and got the best cross. He wants to know.
I know he want me to say him. Donnie. You think you got the best crossover? You. Alright. You want me to say you? Let me see. The best cross, you gotta give it Allen Iverson though.
There you go.
You got to. He broke Jordan. That's enough.
That's all you got to say.
Like that play there, he's probably still getting paid from that play.
Oh yeah, for sure. I know. Who was it? Was it Drake who referenced it? Got to AI him for your survival.
And that's around the time that your idols become your rivals. You make friends with Mike, but got to AI him for your survival.
Probably was though.
Definitely. Well, Kalen, that is going to do it for this episode. If you guys want to follow Caden on Twitter, you can do so. It's K. I believe it's 2 underscores and then 11. Am I correct there?
Yeah, that's correct.
There you go. You guys can follow me on Twitter as well at J the Sports Scene. You can check out more episodes of Straight Shooter every Wednesday at 11 a.m. Mountain Time. Kalen, before we get out of here, I've been letting the guys that I'm talking to nominate the next player that I'll interview. So I can go ahead and run you through the guys who I haven't talked to yet. You just go ahead and pick for me. How does that sound?
Yeah, that sounds good.
Okay, so I have not talked to Jason King, CJ Roberts, Mike Kerr, although I think he had some problem with his phone, so he's like on standby right now.
Yeah.
And then I believe Rashawn and G either. But yeah, those are the guys that are coming back that I haven't talked to yet. If you have one that you want me to talk to.
Yeah, I want you to talk to my boy Jason.
There you go. Donnie calls him what? J5, I think. That's what you guys call him?
That's my boy J5.
There you go. We'll have to make that happen next week. Before we get out of here, anybody you want to shout out? Anything that you want to plug?
Nah. Just know Aggie Nation working. We coming up on top.
There you go. Great way to end it. Kalen, thanks again for being on the show, man. We're looking forward to seeing you play this season.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Thank you.
Yes, sir.